Hello, my beautiful people. This is Miriam Kay. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my video. I know I have not done a sit-down video in quite a while. And there are reasons behind that, which we're going to get into. But before we get into that, I just want to give a trigger warning that this video is going to be talking about very sensitive topics such as loss, grief, mental health, death, suicide, a lot of different things. So it's going to be a heavy one. I completely understand if this is not for you, if this is going to trigger you in any way. That's understandable. You can watch other videos that I have. I'm sure from the title, you'd have seen already we're going to be talking about loss and grief. I have not done a sit-down video in a while. And that is because it's just been... If any of you have watched my Sierra Leone vlogs, I went there back in 2020, January, February was there. And I vlogged throughout while I was there, which is also on my channel, and made videos. I got to share with you my journey, my family, and everyone. And one of those people that I treasure so much, that meant so much to me, was my grandma. I even named my foundation after her, the Dora Foundation. So that's how much my grandma meant to me. That's how much I loved my grandma. You know, she helped to raise me. So she was she's been a huge part of my life. Even when I came over to the UK and she was in Sierra Leone, she's still a huge part of my life. We came back, and as soon as we got back to the UK, obviously we all know what happened. COVID happened. Everything was shut down. I had to shield because of my health, you know, and so I was confined to my house. My grandma's health started getting worse. It started getting really bad and whatnot, but she will always get better. So she'll get unwell, but she'll get treated, she'll get better. We came back in February, right? And the UK went into lockdown in March of 2020. And eventually you can't go out, you can't travel, you can't do anything. And so as her health was getting worse, we couldn't even be there. We couldn't go. My mom, none of us could, because of all the travel bans and restrictions due to COVID and lockdown. And then, you know, June came around 2020, and on the 6th of June, my grandma... That's why I said no trigger warning. It's okay. I'm gonna get through this. She passed away. And the worst thing is, we couldn't even be there. We couldn't travel. There was nothing we could do. For her funeral, it had to be on WhatsApp video. To this day, we haven't been able to say we haven't been able to have that closure, and it has been difficult. So that was in 2020, and just after my grandma passed away, my sister had this mentor slash coach. She was working with a business coach, and she linked us up. My sister's like, you have to meet my sister. She's into business, coaching, all of that. So my sister linked us up. We had a meeting, and there was just this instant understanding. That was Simon Robinson. He became my mentor instantly. He helped me understand this whole business world. And at a time when people were struggling, people were clueless, people were hopeless, we will have meetings back to back with people, giving them advice. He created a group called Little Meetup, where we meet up, we help one another, advise people. So while dealing with that, on the very day of his funeral, my best friend, texted me that she lost her uncle that very day. I was like, oh my God. And I tried to call her. She sent me a voice message on WhatsApp, saying she will call me back because she has to go and pick up her daughter, my goddaughter, from school. I was like, all right, no problem. My best friend and I, we met back when we were teenagers. I think I was like 14 or 13 years of age. We met in hospital. She's got sickle cell. I've got sickle cell. Well, more than 15 years. We've been, literally like sisters. So it was fine. I wasn't worried in any way because that's happened on both sides. But then on both of our birthdays are in December. I'm the 9th of December. She's the 19th of December. And then on the 2nd of December, her aunt, who lives in the UK, called me. She called me. I picked up. And this is somebody that I speak to. She's always been so supportive of me. Even when I was doing my foundation fundraising, she came and support. So it wasn't strange that she was contacting me. So it wasn't anything out of the ordinary. I picked up. I had just picked up my kids from school at the time. I picked up. And she said, Miriam, where are you? Are you at home? I'm like, yeah, I'm at home. And she's like, Kadi is gone. I was like, what do you mean she is gone? What do you mean that she's gone? Be gone. She can't be gone. We just spoke. She can't be gone. Why? What? When? And they said she had a blood clot, a cardiac arrest. So I wanted to just give a bit of information about loss, right? And grief. There are actually 5 different stages of grief. And I've learned this through dealing with my own grief, with my therapist and all of that. The first stage is denial. And that is when you have that, when the news hits you, the shock, that numbness, like you just can't believe it. You're in denial. Just as with me, when all of these things happen, I'm just like, no. I don't want to really accept it. I'm in denial that this has happened. So that's the first stage. The second stage is the anger, helplessness. And then sometimes this anger, you can direct it to others, or even the higher power like God. You can question God, like, why is it that these people that are doing good in the world, they're this, why is that person gone, and then you have all these bad people? So that is the anger stage. And I'm saying this because I want you to know that these are all completely normal. It does not make you a bad person. It is part of grieving. It is part of it. Dealing with loss is not something easy, and I know a lot of us can relate to this. And the third stage is bargaining. That bargaining is, how could this have happened? What if she did this? What if this was done? What if, you're asking yourself, you want to find a way, like thinking, how could this have been prevented? The fourth stage of grief and loss is depression. And this is the time that you be crying, you're sad, you're having nightmares, you're having sleeping issues. That is the fourth stage, depression, because you just feel so helpless, so clueless. You just wish things can be different. And I think that is the time that you really need to recognize that, you know what, I think I may need some help. And I think I need assistance. I need support. Whether that is counseling, whether that is through contacting a helpline, whether that is through family support, or also the NHS got a lot of support. If you need to contact them, that's if you're in the UK. If you need to call 111, or speak to your doctor or your GP, or if you're in the UK, your GP or your doctor, your practitioner, your consultant, to speak to them, your team, your medical team, to speak to them that something isn't all right. That depression stage is very, very, very important that you are able to identify, because in order for you to move on to that final stage, you have to first recognize that stage onto the next stage of grieving, which is acceptance. Acceptance is the hardest stage to reach, and I will tell you that from experience. It is the most difficult stage to reach, because a part of you feels guilty. You don't want to accept what's happened, because sometimes the back of our head, the back of our mind, we feel like if I accept it, it means I am not grieving anymore. It means I am not doing what I need to do. It means I am forgetting this person. It means the memories are not going to be there. It means I'm no longer... No, it doesn't mean that. A lot of people feel like when you get to that stage of acceptance, it means you're completely fine. You're no longer going to think about that person. Nope. In fact, these stages don't always go accordingly. They don't go in chronological order, like this come first, that come first. You may go in and out of different stages. When I lost my aunt in 2015, when I went back in 2018, I was able to get that closure because I was able to go to the graveyard. I was able to go to the cemetery, be there by her graveside, everything, and really just accept it. I was able to go to her room and see that she's not there. I was able to be in the house and not have her prepare my breakfast, my lunch, my dinner. So that helped me in terms of closure. But I haven't been able to have that with my grandma, with my best friend, because of everything that's happened, and my aunt, because of everything that's happened, all the travel restriction banned, and because with my health, I am not, it's not just like any other person. You can go, I have to shield. So going on, talking about help, I wanted to give out some information if you are going through any of this and you need help, and if you're in the UK, you can try Cruise Bereavement Support or Care. Try them, they're very good. Try NHS is always there, of course, to support. You also have minds.org.uk, just to give you that bit of support. They can also direct you specifically to those that can support you moving forward. These are the things that I want to do. There's going to be Mystery with Miriam. Mystery with Miriam is going to be dealing with criminal cases, mystery things, stories, and all of that, where I'm going to be doing a lot of investigations into different cases, different scenarios and stories, biographies. I also want to shine a light into different brands and how they came about to be. That is something I'm really passionate about. And I'm also, in terms of my brand itself, focusing on providing lots of different content and also services for my clients in terms of coaching, whether they have a business, they're starting their brand, just to give them information. So I'm working on that, building everything together. But if there are any videos or any content that you would like from me, that you want to see on the screen, please do suggest in the comment section. Let me know and I'll see how I can incorporate that. But until then, thank you so much. And I know this video hasn't been easy, but I thank you for watching, listening, and I'm praying for the best for 2022.